This Saturday night, Ashkenazim start saying slichot. The poems and prayers all revolving around the theme of penance. Now, slichot is the plural form of the word slicha, meaning pardon or forgiveness. Now, Sephardim got the jump. They have been saying slichot since Elul began, which is great for them, but we're going to start catching up this Saturday night. Now, in modern Hebrew, if you said slicha, it would mean, pardon me or sorry or even excuse me. But in Judaism, forgiveness is made up of three parts. It is an entire process. This is laid out really beautifully in the article we linked from My Jewish Learning. You're not just saying, oh, sorry. If you really need to ask forgiveness, you need to embark on a three-step process of mechila, slicha, and kapara. Now, mechila is kind of the first and most basic. It's the material nature of sinning or missing the mark or messing up or whatever you want to think about it. The easiest way to think about it is if somebody steals, then they make restitution. They pay back the amount that they stole, or they actually give the item back. Now, the person who was robbed can't be mad that they don't have that thing anymore because they've been made whole materially. But mechila doesn't cover the entirety of forgiveness because the pain of being robbed is still there. Forgiveness is not complete with just mechila because there's an aspect to, for example, being robbed that goes beyond just the material nature, the amount of money or the livestock or whatever that you're out. It's the feeling of not being safe, of being betrayed. It's feeling pain at a soul level. And in Judaism, if the wronged party doesn't feel like the offender actually means it when they pay it back, they don't have to accept it, which I think is a really interesting part of the Jewish thought process behind what is forgiveness. So that's mechila. Next is slicha. And the slicha is a much more cerebral way of thinking about forgiveness and is an integral part to the entire process. If mechila deals with the outside, the material, the physical nature of sinning or missing the mark or making a mistake, whatever, slicha is the understanding that the offender, the person who hurt you, is only mortal. They're a human being, meaning that they are not perfect, meaning that they are going to mess up. And if they're going to mess up, sometimes that means they're going to mess up in a way that hurts other people. And in a way, it kind of also forces us to stop and look at ourselves and say, they're a human being like I'm a human being, and they messed up and they hurt me, and they did, yes, and it hurts. And also, I'm a human being, and I have the capacity to mess up. In fact, I'm sure I have. In fact, I know I have. Now, interesting to know, while those who are offended are actually obligated under Jewish law to grant sincere mechila, meaning the restitution, the material nature, etc., to those who hurt them, under Jewish law, you are not obligated to grant slicha, that kind of deeper emotional forgiveness. Now, this comes up when I talk to folks who say, Rabbi, I was hurt in thus and such way by this person, I was wounded, I was abused, in thus and such way by thus and such person, and I know I have to forgive them because Jewishly we have to forgive people who ask for forgiveness, which is true if it is sincere, if it's mechila. And I say, yes, you do have to allow a sincere apology and then a making whole, sincere, by other people, but you don't have to find yourself in that place of forgiveness on a deep spiritual soul emotional level. If you can't do that, if you don't find yourself in that place emotionally, if for your mental health you cannot wrestle with this person and what they've done to you, then you don't have to, and you shouldn't. Finally, the third part of forgiveness is kapara, meaning atonement. That should sound somewhat familiar, I hope, because of Yom Kippur, the kapara, Day of Atonement. Get it? It's the part of forgiveness that only God can grant. Now, mechila and slicha are between people. Kapara only God can grant, and that is the literal magic of Yom Kippur. It's when the sin, the missing of the mark, the making the mistake is literally wiped away. It's just gone. And that is what the day of Yom Kippur does. Now, that being said, Yom Kippur only wipes away your sin. We like to say that, Yom Kippur is the day all your sins are forgiven. Okay, Yom Kippur, yes, it does that if you've done complete tshuva. If you've done all those steps we just went through with the other person. If you've given up those bad ways, those nasty habits, you've made tshuva, you've turned around from them, you've rejected them, you are going down a different path now. You've made whole with the person on a material level and also on an emotional level. You've made right with other people. You got good with God. Then you get the kapara, that full sense of purity and wholeness and completeness and being wiped free of those mistakes that we all make. As we begin Slichot this Saturday night, I do want you to give serious thought to doing tshuva with those you have wronged this year, because you have. I have. Everybody has. We all have people we need to say, hey, I did thus and such thing. I'm going to try not to do it again. Here's what I'm going to do instead. And here, let me pay you back if that's an aspect of it, and I'm sorry. And also, just a thought, if there are people in your life who've hurt you, for whom you need to hear that I'm sorry, and really there is something about hearing an I'm sorry from someone who's hurt you, even if it's long in the past, it just makes you feel so whole. Maybe give them an opportunity to do that. If you can, if you're able, if you're ready. Start that process of complete forgiveness, of true tshuva. Something to think about. This Saturday night, 10 p.m., we are going to be having our traditional Slichot service in the Barg Sanctuary, which we are live streaming at 10 p.m. So if you'd like to be a part of that service, tune in 10 p.m. We will be right there. We are also a part of the larger conservative movement Slichot Night Live. I'm so excited for this. It's gotten so big. The movement actually had to take it kind of out of like all of their little Zoom rooms. So they're still going to have Zoom rooms, but they actually had to take it there, and also they're going to be blasting it onto YouTube channels because so many people want to be a part of this. Starting at 7:30 our time, going all the way until 2 a.m. If you do the 2 a.m., you let me know how it goes because I will not be watching. I will be sleeping. But there are rabbis, there are cantors, there are educators from across the country, all teaching on different aspects of the high holidays, from teaching text and traditions and observances and prayers to meditation, to songs, to modern day and what's happening in the world. There's so much going on. It is so, so exciting. You can drop in on as many sessions as you like. If you have registered in advance, if you say, oh no, Rabbi, I really wish I was a part of this. It sounds so cool. It's okay, because like I said, they realize everyone really likes this idea, especially since so many congregations like ours have actually signed up for it. So you can see on the channels that we're actually going to be linking to them. You can go to those channels and we will be linking to YouTube, and you can watch, even if you didn't register, you can still see the different teachers teaching different things. Rabbi Ariel Scholklapper, a fantastic rabbi whom I love quite a lot, will be doing a mindfulness for the days of awe, and Rabbi Stephen Morgan bringing his brilliance and his teaching to the national stage as well. And we are so excited for all of our affiliated Beth Yeshurun rabbis to be teaching to so many folks, including you, if you would like. It's very exciting. Throughout the month of Elul, we have blowing shofar at our weekday evening services. You can watch the live stream from Friedman Levitt's Sanctuary on our website, Sunday through Friday at 6:30 p.m., the rest of High Holy Days. And though we cannot gather as a community at the cemetery this year to remember our loved ones for Kever Avot, we do hope that you will, either from your home, by watching one of our videos, or by going to the cemetery and having that moment with your loved ones who rest there. Sometime during the month of Elul or between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, all of your clergy have filmed videos at all three cemeteries, our Kever Avot, Post Oak, Allen Parkway, and Wharton. You can bring your device there and you can watch the service and participate in it in the place that you are in, or you can actually watch from home. We have some really beautiful footage of all three cemeteries, and you can maybe have that moment where you are with the people you love and pay them homage, say the prayers, and have a moment. Finally, if you'd like to make your own Rosh Hashanah challah, because really what is Rosh Hashanah without round challah? You can join our sisterhood on Wednesday, September 16th at 7 p.m. for their virtual sisterhood challah bake. You can finally settle the disagreement of do you put raisins in or do you not put raisins in. I have my own opinions. I'm sure you have your own as well. You can have your ingredients ready. The list is on our website of everything you need, and together with everyone else in sisterhood, you can mix, shape, and bake your very own round challah for Rosh Hashanah. I hope you have a wonderful and sweet new year. I look forward to seeing you all at virtual services and seeing you at our pre-recorded pre-K and grade school services. Have a wonderful new year. Only sweetness, only blessings, only lots of light and love this new year. Happy 5781. Shana Tova.